That's just...
All right, you two. Let Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. Look, how about this?
Fine.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. Well, I've split it into 2 stages. Current affair. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submit.
Wow. One of them...
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation. Failing the occurrence of some... There's still some time. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me... Finished, huh?
Everyone took it.
Of course they... And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to We'll see the candidates now. Let's...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you two? I had assumed that I trust you've read through my
Mind your tone.
Relax. It wasn't Cloud Retainer. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Please.
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, I have 12 active cases at the moment. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm...
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some...
Oh, okay.
Hello. Not gonna lie, what would you like to know? You're here to...
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields.
Very fair question. I completely understand, but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated...
How do you plan to determine...
A great question, if it turned out that my judgment was to blame for...
Nice answer.
He seems like a great guy.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes, but he is very proud and Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more but he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites.
Perfect summary.
Last but not least, Zhi. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Zhi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Great.
We'll see. Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
I see. Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
All right, then let me ask this. The ideas in Jur-E's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. Those 3 candidates have all studied under me, but Xin Wei went.
Whoa! So how did...
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work. As for Jerry, that was pure happenstance. We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started... Jerry came from a... He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So, I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quiet. And now, the young are growing.
I don't know, Uncle Tian.
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. It just means I finally have a good reason to retire and spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing. Going fishing whenever.
Sounds like you should...
Ooh, there's no...
Fresh fish soup. Sounds
Doesn't it? When we've been fishing recently, Jerry always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. That flavor makes for a fond memory. But at my age, who knows how...
Let's get back to the matter.
Had you not asked me why Jerry's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with it. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities. Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Look after yourself. So, it's gonna be... His manifesto was written well.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of... For example...
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your...
Did they scare you? As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Wu Pei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take...
Shanghua, visit...
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Juri?
Jur-E. Well, obviously, as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through.
If we're looking for information, why don't... He
That's actually not a...
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking. When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective. I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within is tougher. When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective. Take me up! Let's fly!
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
Huh? What's Polite doing here today?
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't... If you won't take him...
Okay. Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually,
Jerry, I've heard a story. One of his name, he returned
he sounds like a...
Why are you well then, in...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Linlong. Come on, but try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
What's the hurry? Don't get too close, or he'll see you. Try not to let him see you.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever it's...
What's the hurry? Don't get too close, or he'll see you. Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like everyone thinks...
We shouldn't jump to...
Wait.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, you'll be able to try all the finest food for...
We will? Well, come on! Off to the South Wharf we...
Take me up! The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes...
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We've heard about this young man called Juri who's supposed...
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for... apparently, he had a rather tough How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you...
Yeah,
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might...
Huh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but his catches are always... mediocre.
That sounds fantastic.
Sure thing. See you.
Everywhere they go, may meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched identity again!
Society for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head. And he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't tell him I said that.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay, let's keep going.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet you. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who never turns away anyone who comes with questions.
Great! So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about.
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days? I've heard many tales of Jur-E. For example, I can't remember. Probably 'cause it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about sword-fighting heroes!
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Jur-E?
Oh yeah, I know that! It was about 2 or 3 months ago. Before that, people always used to talk about Juri in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or 3 months ago, suddenly everyone started to like him. Sometimes he gives me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Juri stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi to them.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sounds strange to you?
Strange? Juri seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle...
True.
Sudden?
So he returns cruel. Do you remember what... Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Juri has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months. His childhood.
When you put it...
Of course, if that's all there... Juri was born... The problem is... Right. And that's the worst case scenario. But all too often, the most pessimistic speculation turns out to be closest to the truth.
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? That sounds serious. What should we do? Even if we ask...
First, we need... Remember the current... Whoever is secretly... Come on. Juri's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of Jur-E, the fact remains that he's one of his favorite students. Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look carefully and think critically.
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through. Well, we gotta start somewhere. Oh, this is... let's take...
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers, Shanghua! If you're back, that means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult, but here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Qianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh? How come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
Whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would have been back long before you. Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating Minghua.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Minghua struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs...
In your opinion?
I don't believe so. Minghua, according to Miss... Oh, and...
Whoa.
Like I said before. Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have a bit left.
I can't see... The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Chengshu Pool redevelopment plan. Chengshu Pool has always... At some point, a long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the Zhiyi's still.
Excavation? Project? Oh, yeah!
Did he now?
Does that mean the...
No. They do possess... Still.
Qianwei and Minghua both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Zhiyi? Is there another side to him too?
Rain. My hair and feathers are gonna get soaked.
This is the Black Cliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
Excuse me? Huh?
I don't think we're going to get anywhere asking questions like that. Let's just take a look around.
What's this? A dice?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. We don't know who wrote.
You think there's this...
Yes. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any treasure they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh background check on the place. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities. That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure. So, who's really behind all this?
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start with that worker over there for now.
Excuse us. We wanna...
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night, but they never let us join them. I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the nightlife. I'm guessing it's a long trip to the nearest tavern.
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant. It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain stopped, they went out drinking again right away. Hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Interesting. Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are very suspicious. Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and try our luck.
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking. When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective. I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking. When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
He went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way. The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within is tougher.
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But, look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have blown the fire out before everything was finished burning.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible.
Why don't we wait for the—
We can't count on that. To me, that—
Darn!
Make no mistake. I smelled some— Those newcomers probably thought they'd be—
Really?
There is a certain place. Some wealthy people there put floral when that fragrant ink is burned. Exactly. But it's all I need. Now—
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you?
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague. I sent him to look into Zhiyi's regular contacts. Since Zhiyi likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors, so he took a boat out to sea to ask around. I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, what did you find out at sea?
I asked all the fishermen multiple times. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
Well, Uncle—
What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling—
Interesting. Then I—
Fish soup? What fish?
Nothing. Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly,
Okay, so—
No, we'll still need to tail him.
groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, tomorrow morning I'll be sure to arrive on time.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective. I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Take me up!
Pavilion. Best Lee food in town. Leo Lee Pavilion. Best Lee food in town.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss.
Let's fly!
Not too far now.
Fate is upon you! Open fire! Bullseye! Locked on!
Go! You're free now!
Shadows of fate! Let's fly! Open fire! Locked on!
see.
Decided by destiny. Delve. Take me up. Bullseye! Yeah!
Not too far now.
Let's fly. Open fire.
Time to say hello. Be free!
It looks like we're all here. Well then, time for me to announce the results of the assessment. I won't drone.
All of us here know
Qianwei, Mingbo is reliable. In contrast, after much consideration, I have decided to recommend Zhi to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become... Would either of you...
I don't mind.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment.
I will live up to... I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I...
Count me out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Zhi seems pretty relaxed now. This would be a good time to follow.
Hey, Traveler, tell me something. What exactly... If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also would...
Oh no, if...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid of them.
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone to...
Follow him.
Juri really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. What?
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
I guess Juri didn't let his guard down. Still as vigilant as ever.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to sense when he's being watched.
But how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien...
Shinue kiosk. A few moments later, I figured that if we so I stopped Upe.
Good work. The fish didn't take the... Let's go to Shinue.
Could you explain to me how that works?
Our customers are free to dress however they please.
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't...
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he...
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor?
Where to?
Shigu and... Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. Zhi ordered a wanware set from you not long ago, right? We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Zhi's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Juri picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitate, just so you're aware.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue.
For this set...
Okay.
Well, don't take...
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the capable of tailing.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your excuse?
Fair.
Yelan... Oh...
If so, it's no...
What do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much... If he was just looking to celebrate by himself... No. Whoever this person is clearly enjoyed... Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui of fish...
Have both locations...
Lady Yelan, is it time for...
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Jury may be vigilant, in which case...
Great idea! So we just need to find...
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else, Jur-E...
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan.
I'll be waiting for you at the T... If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go and... Perfect timing. Wenyuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's...
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jerry mentioned in his...
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice. Qingshu Pool is...
Oh no.
Let's go. If my... This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a worker's entrance. There's been some work. The workers left an still.
Don't worry. By the way...
They have other things to...
Yeah, let's get this over with. Let's fly! Locked on!
As I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
Ambassador here to meet you. That must be the emergency
This is the construction workers' emergency access route, but it's closed tight. Trying to break through would be risky. Let's see if we can find another way.
Take me up! Open fire!
The water's gone down.
Farewell!
Take me up! Open fire!
Knock him down.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. waters flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
The door is open. Let's go.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
Go! You're free now!
Let the mountain's veins boil! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Here comes the catch!
Ha! Open fire! Bullseye!
I can tell from the aroma that this is very finely. Come on, bottoms up.
Oh, sorry, that went down.
You'll get.
I'll do.
Thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup. Come on, another round. Less talking, more drink.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into... what was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralized...
It struck me one day when I was fishing.
You have performed, aside from Qingshu Pool.
Don't worry.
Did you hear that? It was poison! What a nasty guy.
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to...
Excellent, Lick. We've, seen no progress, but soon, everything will... I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey.
How could I forget? The only way...
Yes. Just look at your two competitors. Qianwei had wealth. Mingbo had reputation. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll go...
Yes.
You know, heck, when you're not...
Uncle Gao said that Zhi has low self-esteem. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale. How well this goes for us depends on how Zhi plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. It is great. Huh? What the... Zhi, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov. How could I not? You really think I... Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door, I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the
What?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the The Fatui planted under... but things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were faced with the overwhelming evidence. The embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, there'll be only... It explains why... Of course, none of...
Zhi. After
A record?
How?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for... He'll help me tie up all... He has been Shh. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusuf.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went... I have them all. We were here the whole time and have pictures of...
The game's up? I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually...
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. No.
One wrong move. You followed him. Let's talk about this, Yelan.
Your point.
When I take office, I don't deny that I used underhanded methods.
You still don't get it, do you? even now. What do you think? Exactly. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect. He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you...
That's enough.
Of course. What makes out of everyone in the world?
That's enough!
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
I'll have someone remove the
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. Don't worry. Get some rest. Adventure time! Off we go! Let's light it up!
Dr. Baishu.
You needn't worry. It's good we...
How did they... Unfortunately...
Uncle Tien will be heading off now.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Thank you for all you've done to resolve this situation. I'll have to make some tea in a moment. You simply have to try it. The exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is steadily getting clearer again.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all. My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position, but Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily. I've always known this. But whenever it happens, it's still...
Is it just Paimon, or is
Normally, the Yue
Yes, to be quite honest, when I concluded that, in the end, I never had it. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy, and very cautious. The intel suggests that the Fatui saw him as... He chose that specific liquor from Xinyue Kiosk because the fiery flavor would mask the bitterness of the poison, and he chose to wait until the Fatui official was drunk and had his guard down before delivering it to him. He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the pot to release the poison from the compartment into the liquor. Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Zhi would have drunk the poisoned wine himself, and then found an opportunity to take the antidote shortly afterwards.
But that's still really dangerous.
Yes, had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences.
How is Jerry now?
Well, I mean, he is sitting in a jail cell. Like Yanfei says, everyone who breaks the law has to pay the price. Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from anything the Fatui might be planning.
A deal? Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
Yes, Zhi's not the one I'm interested in, but once the Fatui became involved...
Well, did you?
Almost.
Uncle Tian, Yeon, what are you talking about?
Zhi colluded with Yusupov in our... Also, we'd be able to... Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all...
So...
We got halfway, but when we tried to...
The Fatui...
I found out from other... The Fatui's main force... It's a pity that Theophan...
I have to ask, Yelan. I remember you showed some interest a few days ago.
Oh, that. I prefer my current life, although it'd still be a All right.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. But I'm sure if you keep... Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. If you have any more...
try something new at the One Min restaurant.
Should I
Leo's really got a lot going
Cheap
for
and
him.
tasty chop.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Take me up! Let's fly! Take me up!
Tell me what you see.
I've been waiting for you for ages. Memory. Grow.
It is as the... Let's fly! Take me up!
you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some...
Take me up!
Dividing the loot is often a cause of conflict, but luckily for you, I don't really need this stuff.
Let's fly!
Not too far now.
Take me up!
Ooh, shiny. It's so pretty. I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within?
we go!
Dividing the loot is often a cause of conflict, but luckily for you, I don't really need this stuff.
Let's fly!
Be free!
Bullseye! Open fire! Open fire!
Dividing the loot is often a cause of conflict, but luckily for you, I don't really need this stuff.
we go! I'm going in! Written in the stars!
Farewell! Go! You're free now!
Locked on!
More makes a lot of problems go away.
Take me up! Open fire!
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day. But where should we go looking for people that we know?
Traveler, Paimon.
Sino! It's been so long since we last saw—
Welcome back to Sumeru City. So,
Oh, nothing in particular.
funnel.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. You really... Okay.
Oh, darnies.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
All right. Here's your 500 500 more,
You're exaggerating.
Hey, 500 more!
All right. Anyway,
A case? What happened?
nothing major.
Need any help? We only...
Such enthusiasm.
What?
Obvious enough. Still, all right. Follow me.